Josha. Welcome to CCC Book Club, everyone. So we are currently reading the Third Eye book by Lobsang Rampa. So let me quickly do a recap. So there's this little 4-year boy who couldn't ride a pony, and he's very smart for his age. He is trained in combat and very good at it. His master, Old Zoo, has taught him very well. So there's this very big ceremony when a person turns 7, they will give him, the astrologists will come and then they'll predict his future. So after that, they predicted that he will be a surgeon. So that's a doctor monk. So he has to go to the Lamasari and have to get admitted. Part told him that if he didn't get admitted, he's not part of the family anymore, and he can't go anywhere. So he doesn't have a choice but to do it. So he got admitted after a long endurance test. That was very hard for him, but he somehow got through it because he just had to. And now we are describing how his third eye is going to open, which is I think the main part of the book. The masters, let me share my screen. Joshua, can you please make me co-host because I can't share screen?
What you said?
I can't share screen.
Government you should start this.
Joshua, can you please? Thank you, Joshua. Let me share my screen. So, masters, can you see my screen? If you can you please put a thumbs up? Thanks, Hazel. Thanks, Karim. Okay. So we were up to here. So I think we were here. For some moments, the llama looked at the instrument and passed it through the flame of a lamp to sterilize it. So what happens is there's a big llama and you put it through the flame, and after that the llama Minja dawned up, took my hands and said, "This is quite painful, Lobsang, but it can only be done while you're fully conscious." So he's saying, okay, just warning Lobsang Rampa, poor Lobsang Rampa. So many things have happened, but he has to do another one. So they have to do the thing to make his third eye open, and that's how a good monk will be. So this is happening now. I could see various instruments laid out in a collection of herbal lotions. I thought to myself, well, Lobsang, my boy, they will finish you one way or the other, and there's nothing you can do about it except keep quiet. So he's saying, okay, talking to himself, saying that there's nothing you can do. You have to open the third eye, and that's very exciting. Even though it's exciting to take some pain, that's what it's saying now. The llama with the instrument looked around to the others and said, "Already? Let's start now." The sun had just set. So the llama said, okay, let's start now. He pressed the instrument to the center of my forehead and rotated the handle. For a moment, there was a sensation as if somebody was pricking me with thorns. So he's saying there's a sensation, means a feeling like you see those thorns that are like very spiky. Like he thought that somebody is doing that to his forehead. To me, it seemed that time stood still. So he's saying I couldn't that much feel anything, and then time stood very still, like doesn't move that much. There was no particular pain as it penetrated the skin flesh, but there was just a little jolt as the end hit the bone. So there's not much pain because he's like trying to not like observe the pain that much. There's like they put it through and then like it touched the bone. That seems a little scary to me, but yeah. He applied more pressure, rocking the instrument slightly so that the little teeth would fret through the well, frontal bone. So he's saying he applied more pressure, like pushed more, and then it's poking the bone more. So that's what's happening now. The pain was not sharp at all, just a pressure and a dull ache. I did not move with Lama Minga Donda looking on. I'd have rather die than make a move or an outcry. So he's saying like, so with Lama Minga Donda looking on him, he's saying I will not move because he's my master and I think he's doing the right thing to me. Saying I have a lot of like faith in my master. He won't do anything bad to me. So he would have died like just something exaggerated that he would have died if he made a move or outcry. It was paining a lot. He had faith in me and as I in him. And he knew that what he did or say was right. So he's saying he's doing the right thing. He was watching most closely with a little pucker of muscles in tension at the corners of his mouth. So he's saying he was watching very closely so it doesn't move. There's a little pucker of muscles. Very painful. Suddenly, there was a little scrunch and the instrument penetrated the bone. Oh, so like there's a little scrunch and it like cut through the bone. Instantly, its motion was arrested by a very alert operator. He held the handle of the instrument firmly while Lama Minja Tondap pressed him past him a very hot, clean silver wood which was treated by fire herbs to make it as hard as steel. The silver was inserted in the U of the instrument and slid down so it just entered the hole in my head. So, ready for the Rampa, but I hope like after that it's worth it what they're doing. It's like there's a U-shaped instrument and he put it down the forehead. So now let's see what happened. The llama operated moved slightly to one side so that Lama Minga Donda could also stand in front of me. So he moved a little slightly there, so Lama Minga Donda could stand in front of him. So I could say, okay, nothing is happening. It's all right. Then, at a nod from the latter, the operator with infinite caution slid the silver further and further. Suddenly, I felt a stinging, tickling sensation apparently in the bridge of my nose. So they're very like it's paining a lot. Like it's not paining, but there's tickling a little like about here. Like they put it all the way down and they're doing here. It subsided, and I became aware of the subtle sense which I could not identify. That too passed away and replaced by a feeling as if I was pushing or being pushed against a resilient veil. So he's saying, okay, now he's pushing, like he feels like somebody's pushing him, like all these types of movement that he's feeling. Suddenly, there was a blinding flash. In another instant, the Lama Minga Donda said, "Stop!" For a moment, the pain was intense, like a searing white flame. It diminished, died, and was replaced by spirals of color and globules and incandescent smoke. The metal instrument was carefully removed. So like now his third eye has opened. It's starting to open after a very a lot of pain and like stuff. Now there was also some smoke in the air which had gone, and now he can see like colors of the people. Silver of the wood remained to stay in the place for 2 or 3 weeks, and it is removed I would have to stay in this little room almost in darkness. No one would see me except these three llamas would continue my instruction day by day. Until the silver was removed, I could have the barest necessities to eat and drink. As the projecting silver was being bound in place so that it could not move, the Lama Mingya Dondap turned to me and said, "You are now one of us, Lobsang. For the rest of your life, you'll see people as they are and not as they pretend to be." So now he can like finally the eye open. I'm so glad in this session we can see and like he can like see everyone's thing. You know how some people are like, "Huh, I'm the most perfect people." He will not see like that. He'll say their actual personality. It's a very strange experience to see these men apparently enveloped in golden flame. Not until later did I realize that their auras were golden because of the pure life that led, and most people would look very different indeed. As my newfound sense developed under the skillful ministrations of the lamas, I was able to observe that there were other emanations extending beyond the innermost aura. So he's saying, like he could see golden, blue, and other colors, and like they represent how pure the soul is. And golden is the most purest because Lama Mingya Dandap is very pure and nice. In time, I was able to determine the state of a person's health by the color and intensity of the aura. I was also able to know if they were speaking the truth or otherwise. Um, oops. By the way, the colors fluctuated. But it was not only the human body which was the subject of my clairvoyance. He's saying very complicated stuff about how he can identify the health and the color and the intensity of the aura, which is like golden or blue or red thing. And if it's flashing, that means somebody's not telling the truth. I was given a crystal which I still have, and it's in use. I had much practice. There's nothing at all magical in crystals. They are merely instruments. Just as a microscope or telescope can bring invisible objects into view by using natural laws, so can a crystal gazing. It merely serves as a focus for the third eye, which can penetrate to any person's subconscious and retain the memory of facts gleaned. So now look how epic this third eye is, like he can see if they're telling the truth. Oh my goodness, as a subconscious brain he can see. If I ever meet Lobsang Rampa, I'll tell what's in my subconscious brain. The crystal must be suited to individual user. Some people work best with a rock crystal, others prefer a ball of glass. So he's saying some people like rock crystals, some people prefer a ball of glass like me. Yet others use a bowl of water or as pure as a black disc. No matter what they use, principles involved are the same. So masters, for us, a crystal is so rare. For them, like crystals are like normal and like for the first week, the room was kept in a almost darkness. The following week, just a glimmer of light was admitted. Amount increased, and at the end of the week drew close. On the 17th day, the room was in full light, and the three lamas came together to remove the silver. It was very simple. The night Oh, sorry, masters. My internet connection is unstable. Are you still able to see the screen, masters? And please turn on your videos. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Reddy. Thanks, Setu. For the first, okay, we finished that. On the 17th day, the room was in full light, and the three. Oh, okay. For the first week, the room was kept in absolute complete darkness. The following week, just a glimmer of light was admitted, in amount increasing as the end of the week drew close. On the 17th day, the room was in full light, and the three llamas came together to remove the silver. It was very simple. The night for my forehead had been painted with a herbal lotion. In the morning, the llamas came and, as before, took my head between his knees. The operator took hold of the projecting end of the wood with an instrument. There was suddenly a sharp jerk, and that is all there was to it. The silver came out. The llama Mingya. So this what happened is like they painted a herbal lotion and they took out the silver. So now the I was fully activated, then he could leave the room. The llama Mingya donned up, put a pot of herbs over the small spot left, and showed me the silver of food. It turned as black as ebony while it was in my head. The operator llama turned to the little brazier and placed the wood upon it together to have some incense of various kinds. As the combined smoke wafted to the ceiling, so was the first stage of my initiation completed. That night I fell asleep with my head in a whirl. What would zoo look like now that I saw differently? Father, mother, how would they appear? But there was no answers to such questions yet. So he's now like after this thing came out, he can go to his room. He's like, how can Zoo look like? Will he be lying? Will he be nice? I don't know. How pure will his soul be? I am also feeling like I got in this house. It's fine. That in the morning, the llamas came again and examined me carefully. They said I could now go out with the others, but told me that half my time will be spent with Lama Minja Donda, who teach me my intensive methods. The other half time I'd be spent attending classes and services. Not so much for the educational side, but to give me a balanced outlook by mixing. A little later, I was taught by hypnotic methods as well. For the moment, I was mainly interested in food. So, like, sometimes you'll be hungry, like, because he got, like, barely the essentials. So, he's now interested in food again, like, as he came. For the past 18 days, I have been kept up in a very small allowance. Now, I intended to make up for it. Out of the door, I hurried, intent only on thought of it. Approaching me with the fingers in blue smoke, shot through the flecks of red, angry red. So now he's testing on people, and like somebody's told you red, blue. So and then after red came, uttered the squeak of alarm and dashed back into the classroom. The others looked up in a horrified expression. There's a man on fire in the door, I said. The Lama Mingya turned up, hurried out, and came back smiling. Lama Lobsang, that is a cleaner in a temper. His aura is smoky blue, and as he is not evolved, and the flecks of red are the temper impulses showing. Now you can go in search for food you want so much. Now he's satisfied that he can now eat some food. It was fascinating meeting the boys I knew so well, yet had not known at all. I could now look at them, and the impression of true thoughts, the genuine liking me, the jealousy from some, and the indifference from others. It is not just a matter seeing colors and knowing all. I had to learn and understand what the colors meant. My guide and I sat in a secluded alcove where we could watch those who entered the main gates. The Lama Minga Donda would say, the one coming ropes around, do you see that thread of colors vibrating above his heart? That shade and vibration indicates he has a pulmonary disease, or perhaps at the approaching trader. Look at this one. Look at those shifting bands and intermittent flicks. Our brother of business is thinking that he may be able to delude the stupid monks. He's remembering that he did so once before. So now he's like saying how like they are like interested in knowing the colors and what they mean. Like if you have your third eye open and you don't know what it means, what's the point, masters? So he has to understand. So Lama Minga Dondap is teaching him what's happening and what does this mean, what does that mean. Excuse me, masters. To what pettiness meannesses men would stoop for money. As an eighth monk approached, the Rama said, watch this one carefully, Lobsang. Here is a truly holy man who believes in the literal word for word accuracy of our scriptures. You observe those discolorations in the yellow of nimbus. It indicates that he has not yet evolved far enough to reason for himself. So as the day went on, day after day, they now explaining still Lama Minga Dondap is saying what does this mean, what does that mean. Particularly with the stick, we use the power of the third eye for those who are sick in the flesh or sick in the spirit. One evening, the Lama said, later we shall show you how to shut the third eye at will and not to watch for you not to watch people's failings at all times. Be an intolerable burden. For the moment, use it all the time as you do your physical life. Then we will train you to shut it and open it at will and as can the other eyes. So he's now saying how to I'm going to teach you how to like open and shut it. Many years ago, according to the legend, all men and women could use the third eye. In those days, the gods walked upon earth and mixed with men. Mankind had visions of replacing the gods and tried to kill them, forgetting that what man could see, the gods could see better. As a punishment, the third eye of man was closed. So he's explaining that everyone could use, like hundreds of years ago, the people could use third eye easily, but then the God came down to earth and the man tried to kill them, and then the God is like, you really think you're that smart? I'm more smarter than you. And a punishment, he said that nobody can open third eye only if they're actually nice. Throughout the ages, a few people had been born with the ability to see clairvoyantly. Those who have it naturally can have its power increased 1,000-fold by appropriate treatment, as I had. So he like clairvoyance. You can also do. Some people can also do clairvoyance, but it has to have appropriate treatment. I think I also have it. The special talent, it had to be treated with care and respect. The Lord Abbot sent for me one day and said, "My son, you now have this ability denied to most. You use it only for good, never for self gain. As you wander in other countries, you will meet those who have behave a conjurer in affair." So now he's explaining that Lord Abbot said, now you have the third eye. Many don't have. Please use it for others, not for self gain and not for yourself always. Prove us that, they will say. But I say, my son, that this must not be. The talent is to enable you to help others and enrich self. So like I said that before, like enrich self and like to help others, not to enrich self. Whatever you see by clairvoyance, and you will see much. Do not disclose it if that will harm others or affect the path through life. So you can, whatever you see by clairvoyance, you should not, you will see a lot. Do not like disclose it, or else it will harm others and affect path through life, and you have to close it. For man must choose his own path, my son. Tell him what you will. He will still go his own way. Help in sickness, in suffering. Yes, do not say that which may alter a man's path. So he's saying a lot of stuff. Help in sickness and in suffering. But do not say that you have like altered a man's path. The Lord Abbot was a very learned man and was the physician who attended the Dalai Lama. So like who attended like the Dalai Lama, my mom talked about earlier. Before concluding that interview, he told me that within a few days I was going to be sent for by Dalai Lama, who wanted to see me. I was going to be a visitor to the Potala for a few weeks with Lama Mingya Donda. Lama Mingya Donda was also coming. So like this is a little complex, but yeah. Like Lord Abbot was a very learned man who attended the Dalai Lama, and then like Dalai Lama wanted to see me, and he was going to go to a visitor at the Patala for a few weeks with Lama Mingya Donda. So next chapter, Master. Chapter 8, the Patala. 1 minute, Masters. One morning, the Lama Mingya Dondap told me that the date for a visit to the Patala had been fixed. It was to be at the end of the week. We must rehearse, Lobsang. We must make ourselves quite perfect in our approach. I was going to be presented to the Dalai Lama, and my approach had been exactly right. In a little disused temple near our schoolroom, there was a life-size statue of the Dalai Lama. So one morning, Ama Minga Dondap said we'll go to the Patala at the end of the week, and we must like practice because we have to be quite perfect in our approach, or else it'll be bad. We went there and pretended that we were the audience at the Potala. You'll see how I do it first, Lobsang. Enter the room like this with your eyes down. Walk here about 5 feet from the Dalai Lama. Put your tongue out in salute and sink to your knees. Now watch carefully. Put your arms like this and bow forward. Once more, and then a third time. Kneel with your head bowed and place a silk scarf across his feet like this. Regain your position with your head bowed so that he can put a scarf across your neck. Count to 10 yourself so it is not to show undue haste. Then rise and walk backwards to the nearest unoccupied cushion. I had followed all that Lama demonstrate the Lama demonstrated with ease of long practice. He continued, just a warning here. Before you start walking backwards, take a quick, unobtrusive glance at the position of the nearest cushion. We don't want you to catch the cushion with your heels, have to practice a break fall to save the back of your head. It was quite easy to trip in excitement of the moment. So now he told how to approach Dalai Lama because he's a very good, a great person, and you have to put silly, that's respect, like utmost respect. Put your tongue out, and yeah, so you have to sit. Now you want me to show. Now you want me. Now you show me what you can do as well as I. I went out of the room and the Lama clapped his hands as a signal for me to enter. In a hurry, in I hurried only with a stopped with Lobsang, Lobsang. Are you in for a race? Now you do it more slower. Time with your steps by saying to yourself, O Mani Padmi Hum. O Mani Padmi Hum. Then you will be as a dignified young priest. Instead of galloping, instead of a galloping racehorse on the Sangpo plain. On out I went once more, and this time I entered most stealthily and made myself to the statue. On my knees I went, with my tongue protruding to in Tibetan salute. My three bows must have been models of perfection, and I was so proud of them. But goodness me, I'd forgotten the scarf. So I went once more. So out I went once more to start all over again. This time I did it correctly and placed the ceremonial scarf at the foot of the statue. I walked backwards and managed to sit on a lotus fashioned cushion without tripping. So it's like he's saying this complicated stuff, how to do the how to respect and all of these important steps. So now, masters, we will go into the questions and answers session. Um, can now we'll start the sharing. Uh, please, masters, please please on your videos because all of our children, crystal children, want to see your
Masters, please please on your camera so we know you're present at the screen.
Yeah, and the questions and answers are the best time, so everyone should everyone can see you, and that would be good. Okay, Hetal?
Okay. What are the other two llamas' name?
Oh, and the other llamas were helping him do his third eye because Lama Minga Donda can't just walk in and do by himself, right, Hetal?
Yeah, what they were doing they should go to the Potala to meet the Dalai Lama, right? What are they doing in the week?
Oh, they're doing practice to know how to respect Dalai Lama because he's very respected person, right, Hetal?
Yes, yes.
So they're practicing respect.
Okay. What was the how does the where did they put the instrument?
Or they put the instrument into his head and then they took it out after some time because then the third eye vision comes. Ethel, what was your favorite part of the session?
The favorite part was of the session was he wa- he was able to open the third eye.
Me too. I think everyone's favorite part should be that, right, Ethel?
What did they put on his bone?
Oh no, it was not his bone here. It was in his forehead. It was like down deep.
What was the U-shape he was telling? U-shape.
Oh, like to activate the third eye, they had to place it somewhere, some instrument, like it's some steel utensil, and they had to place it inside, and they had to take it out at the end, and then third eye vision, you can see everyone.
Yeah, is it you? The instrument is you, right?
Yeah, it's small. It's one.
Okay, got
It's
it.
U-shape. It's U-shape.
Um,
Hetal, did you like the session?
What?
Did you like the session?
Yes, you explained it very well.
Thank you. Okay. Joshua.
Ethel, how to describe it would be like it's a big U shape. It could fit into your forehead, and there was little teeth on it.
The big U shape. Yeah, it was a big U shape because it was like it was a U shape, so it's like something that's special. I don't quite know because
It
I'm not
was
like Lama Minga Donda, but it is something
because
special
he
to activate
because
the
they
third eye.
pushed it into inside their brain. I think that's why it had an effect on him. That's why he.
Oh yeah, it pushed him inside the brain, so that's why
It showed effect and made the third eye.
Okay. What was your favorite part of the session, Joshua?
My favorite part would have been like I don't know. Well, I think it's when they. I don't really think it's the third eye part because I think it would have hurt a lot because they crushed the skull with it. How much would it have? It would, and he must have just describing a little bit because I think it would have hurt a lot. So I don't think it's that. I think it's the part.
Cool.
I think
I
it's
think
the
he's
part.
acting very cool.
That's it. Which I think it's the part where they have where he needs to keep on practicing a lot. But the funniest part would be when he thought a man was on fire.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Did you like the session?
Yes, Mukund, I think you are going to be a very good leader on this book.
Thank you. Okay. Ready? Thank you, Joshua. Uh, uh, so, do you have any what did you like most about the session, Ready?
I liked when they activated the third eye.
I don't know if my net is unstable or your net is unstable, but can you repeat it?
My favorite part was when they activated the third eye.
Yeah, I think everyone's favorite part is that Airtel's is the same and also yours is the same and also mine is the same. That's the favorite part. Did you like today's session?
The session was amazing. You told the story very well, Mukund.
Thank you. Do you want to talk something or anything? Or do you have any questions? Okay. Thank you. Uh, uh, Ryan,
Mukund, Ryan was not there for almost, I don't think he was there for the session. He's just here for questioning time. So
Oh no, I've been here the entire time. Sorry, madam. I've been here the entire time. I've been listening.
okay, do you have any questions? Do you have did Ryan leave? Oh,
No, I'm still here.
okay.
Okay.
What was your favorite
s-
part of
To be honest, I didn't really have a favorite part. One reason, I have some feedback for you. I really like how, when sometimes something complex comes around, I like how you try and become humorous when you're saying the text and speech. I really love that. And I love how you try and make it like appropriate for us, like by making it funny, not too like blunt and boring, but attentive.
Thanks, Ryan.
No problem.
You
And I
like
urge
the
you to keep on doing that.
thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We have 12 more minutes. Does anyone want to summarize what we learned in this session? Joshua, do you want to summarize?
Masters, I would just like to say something. Masters, please on your cameras for question time. We'll know if you're there or not. Please on your cameras.
Yeah. Joshua, if we don't have anything, we can end the session early today.
Okay.
But before we end the session, does anyone want to say anything or any additional feedback or anything? Okay. Okay, since I think Crystal Children Corner, we have to introduce ourselves. So, does anyone want to introduce themselves? I'll start. So, my name is Mukund, and I live in Melbourne. My hobbies are I like to spend time with my family and like to play. I like to play Lego and I also like to play video games sometimes. And I also like to play with my friends. Thank you. Does do you want, I'm in year 4 and going to year 4. Josha, that's my thing. Do you want to say yours, Josha? We have one to.
My name is Joshua. I am 10 years old. I am going to 5th grade. Like reading books, and that's it.
Do you have any hobbies?
Hobbies would be experiments. Trait would be
Yeah.
curiosity, but my most favorite hobby would be reading.
Okay. Good to know. Ready? Do you want to? Okay.
Really, can you unmute your mic?
Before it wasn't letting me unmute. So my name is Riddhi. I live in Sydney. I'm turning 10 this year and I'm in 5th grade now. And I like reading books and I play tennis, and my favorite hobby is probably collecting stuff. And that's it.
Oh, okay. Like collections, like Ushi's.
Yeah.
I also like collecting. What do you collect? Like, do you collect shells? Do you collect Ushi's? Well, not that trend, but yeah.
Like normally things, like come from Woolworths and stuff, and normally other stuff I find at shops.
Yeah, but now Woolworths is not giving anything yet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Riddhi. Hazel?
Yeah, my name is Hazel. I'm living in Bangalore, and I play video games like PS4. My hobbies are reading books and also chanting some mantras.
Everyone likes reading books. Yeah, that's good.
Even I like playing with my friends.
Yeah, everyone likes that. Thanks, Hazel. Ryan?
Okay. Yep. So my name is Ryan Alaru. I'm 11 years old. I'm turning 12 in March. This year I'm going to go to high school, so I'm going to year 7 for the first time. So yeah, as some of you might know, I'm a very athletic person. I love a lot of things. I love school. Some of my hobbies are sports, reading, reading. Everyone loves reading. It's a common thing. And plus, if you read 1 hour, if you read for 1 hour, that could extend your lifespan by 20 minutes. So that's pretty much why everyone likes to read. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good to know. Like interesting fact I never knew, because I read a lot. All the best for your school. I'm still in year 4.
Yeah.
Okay, Mukund, you'll become like 5th grade or 6th grade one day too.
And by the time that happens, I think I'll be in year 10. Yeah.
Shush, Ryan.
I'm just saying that. So Mukund, since you read a lot, you're gonna have a long and healthy life.
Yeah. Ryan, by the way, do you live in Sydney or Melbourne, or where do you live? Which city?
Oh, I forgot to mention that I live in New South Wales, Sydney.
Oh, okay. We recently moved from Sydney. So
Oh, okay. Do you know which suburb?
near to Chatswood.
Oh, okay. That's a nice area.
Yeah. Where do you not to like mention that much privacy, but like generally which suburb do you live in?
Currently right now I'm living in Maryland.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know that place.
Oh, okay. You know Parramatta?
Yeah, I know
Yeah, it's pretty much next to it. It's next to it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's interesting to know everyone's like hobbies, especially hobbies. Joshua, you want to end the session? We can end like 3 minutes early today.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining, and please join tomorrow.
Tomorrow, same time. And let's see what happens to Lobsang Rampa now, like more depth, what will happen with his third eye.
And what will happen when he goes to the the new
Butala.
Lamasoe.
Yeah, I visit. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
everyone, and bye.
Thank
And
you,
see you
everyone.
tomorrow.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Everyone, have a
Good
nice
night.
day. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day.